Hi and welcome. I'm Sarah, and this is the Haven Within, a gentle space to slow down, feel, and come home to yourself. Today, I want to speak to something that shaped how I saw myself and how I saw the world for a very long time. Something I believe many of us carry, but only a few people truly see: unhealed trauma. And I don't just mean the kind that comes from one devastating event. I'm talking about the kind that builds over time, too much, too fast, too soon, or too little, too late. The kind that slowly reshapes your nervous system until you don't even realize how much you are holding everything in. The kind that makes you say, "I'm fine," while your body's holding its breath. So, before we go any further, let's pause. Take a moment to arrive. Let your mind soften and come home to your body. Let's take a gentle, slow breath together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a moment and exhale slowly, mindfully. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let yourself land here. Land within. Here is something not often said out loud, but if you have lived it, like me, you will feel it instantly. Calm doesn't always feel calm. Sometimes it feels unfamiliar, even threatening, because if you have spent years surviving in environments that didn't feel warm or consistent or safe, then stillness might not suit you. It might feel like danger. Calm becomes the moment before something bad happens, so your system stays alert just in case. You might overthink, pick small fights, sabotage something good, not because you want to, but because your body is preparing for something it learned to expect. I know I did. Not because I liked drama, but because my body was preparing for it. Found cue of it even when they weren't there. And all that built up energy made me reactive and created the perfect condition for drama to happen. And then there is love. Love might feel complicated. It did for me. Because when care and pain come from the same person, especially when you are just a child, your nervous system can't always tell the difference. So later in life, when someone shows up with real presence and caring, a part of you might not trust it. Another part might push it away. It might look like you are looking for love in places where it can't be found, or rejecting people who are actually loving. But it's not because you don't want love. It's because love doesn't feel familiar. And what is unfamiliar often doesn't feel safe. Looking back, I see it clearly. What I called love was really codependency. If my partner was upset, I felt it was my fault. If he was distant, I made it my job to fix it. I was constantly pleasing, avoiding conflict, walking on eggshells I didn't even know were there. And then there were my needs, or really, my disconnection from them. I saw others, but not my own. I was full of needs that were never met, and emotions I couldn't name. Moments that were too much, too soon, too fast, and my system couldn't hold them. So they turned it into anxiety, into numbness, into that feeling of not being enough. But underneath it all was the fact of not being able to see myself, because no one ever took the time to truly see me when I needed it the most, when I was a child. Sometimes, even now, I notice how easy it is to leave my body, to be there physically, but not really present. I remember smiling, talking, functioning, but inside I was gone. Do you know that feeling? The scary part is how normal it started to feel. Disconnection became my default. Not big high, not big low, just surviving. So maybe you keep going, you stay strong, you do what needs to be done, but somewhere inside, a part of you is still frozen in time. Here is the good news. Healing is possible. It's just not always linear or even pleasant. It doesn't happen all at once, not like a light switch, but like a slow journey with pause, with step backs, and moments that don't always make sense until later. For me, healing isn't about becoming the best version of myself. It's about remembering I was never broken. It's about learning to stay, to feel the feeling I spent years avoiding, to finally listen to the part of me that has been waiting for me to come back. Because when we couldn't change our circumstances, we adapt. We disconnected to survive. But maybe, just maybe, now is not then, and we do have the resources to feel, to stay, and to remain whole. I'm still learning how to come home to myself every day, again and again, finding cues of safety around me, pausing to feel my feet, returning to my breath, and whispering to my body again and again, you are safe now. One breath at a time, one step at a time. It's not a straight line. Sometimes you will feel lost, but that is part of the path too. You don't have to be perfect to come home to yourself, to figure out what it means to be you, not the version others wanted you to be. That is what we're doing here, week after week, breath after breath. We are remembering, we are reclaiming, we are restoring trust in ourselves. Before we close, let's take one more breath together, slow, gentle, like a quiet reminder, I'm safe now. If it feels good, place a hand on your heart. Feel the rise and the fall. Feel your body here. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for a moment and exhale slowly, gently. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. May you always remember you are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming your own safe place. I hope to see you next week. Bye for now.